Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean. Hey, I'm going to do a video and it's going to cross over on two channels. It's going to go on Glock 40 Geeks channel, my channel, and it's also going to go on 2AW's channel, right? So it's just informational video on how-tos basically. And today what we're going to do is we're going to install the ZEV starter kit in a Glock 19. The ZEV starter kit essentially comes with the minus connector, your trigger spring, your safety plunger spring, and your firing pin spring. Right, and that'll get you down 3.5 pounds is what it says, but I have polished out internals so it actually gets it down a little bit lighter than that. So we're going to go ahead now and stop the video, reposition the camera, and get it set up for you. Alright, so here are the tools I'm going to use whenever I do this. This is just a trigger pound pull tester, so it tells you what my trigger weight is. That's just a punch set. Then it's just a standard, not a standard size, but like the bigger of the small flat screwdrivers. There's the kit, and then here is the Glock 19. So I'm going to basically do everything over the white table so you can see it easily and clearly. Alright, so just so everyone can see, that's a cleared firearm. There's nothing in here, and you can see all the way through. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you, because I already have this kit installed, but I'm basically doing the exact opposite and uninstalling it, right? So I'll go ahead and show you the trigger pound pull on this. Which we're right about 2.25 pounds there. Okay, so now you see where it's at with polished internals. So now I'm going to go ahead and field strip it. Alright, so that's done. Then what you want to do for the slide, this lighting is shit, there we go. So you want to make sure that's just pressed up. Then you'll see the little black sleeve in there. What you want to do is just set this right on top of that and press down, okay? So where you see me pressing down right now. Then that releases your back plate. I could just slide it right off. Just be careful because springs will pop out of there, right? And then slowly release it up. Now that just opened it up, so now I have my firing pin, which I don't even need to, oh yeah, the safety plunger. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. And then I'll depress the safety plunger here, and then I'll let my extractor fall out. Now the safety plunger will come out, and there's the little spring on that. Okay, so we're going to replace that. So I'll set that aside. And then now for the spring cups on the firing pin, you'll just hold this firmly, grab right here, and slowly pull back, and the safety cups, if I tilt it, they'll fall out. Or not. So I'll just give it a little, there's one, there's two. Right, so, and basically the safety cups are just 50-50, right? It's exactly 1/2 on one side and 1/2 on the other side. So that right there, I've completely stripped down the slide now, okay? So now I'm going to take and open this up, get all my internals out, which I should have already done, but it's fine. So now I'm going to take the different spring and put it in the safety plunger. Should have cleaned the gun first, huh? And then I'm going to take the new spring, and this part right here you use the slide for, okay? So I'm going to take the slide, and I'm going to slightly offset this, okay? So if it's slightly offset, that way it's holding itself there. I'll slide the spring on top of it, grab the top of the spring, and pull it all the way down as far as I can. Then you want to take the safety cups and let them slide in. One on one side, one on the other side, then slowly come forward with it, right? So there. Now that that's back in, then it goes back into the reassembling it. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to put in your safety plunger. Get the spring on it. Alright, so once I have that in, then I'm going to press it in. Extractor, drop it in while I'm holding the safety plunger in, then I'll release the safety plunger. Now that's holding that in. So I'll put the spring back in there, firing pin spring back in here, and then Depress that. Slide the back plate back on. Slightly press on the spring. Bam. So those two springs are done. Now I'm going to get into the frame. So you'll just take a regular punch, okay, and the first one you want to take out is going to be this lower pin here. And whenever you're taking this out, all you want to do is just lift this, your slide stop release, lift it and kind of wiggle it back and forth, right, while you're pressing on that, and that'll pop right out. Just like that. So it's that easy. Then you'll take this off. That'd be a good time to go ahead and replace that with the aftermarket one if you wanted. Extended slide stop release. And then I'll go ahead and press out the block pin here. And then the extractor pin on the rear. So once I do that, then everything's ready to come out. I'll just take this and slightly pry up the block. Move that, it's done, and then the whole trigger assembly will come out. Boom. So now that I have that out, then you want to make sure you put this spring in the exact same way it is, right? So whenever you, trying to stay in focus here, so whenever you slightly move it to the side, okay, then you'll see where you're at right here. The open end of the spring is facing up on the back, and it's facing down on your trigger connector rod, or trigger connector rod, yeah. So anyways, so what you want to do is easily pop that off, and then I'll pull the spring all the way around to where it's now like this and lift it straight up. So if that gives you a good reference of how to put it back in, and this opening is kind of tight. Forgot about that. On this one when I installed it. There we go. So whenever you go to put it in, if you're looking at it like this, let me get out of the light. You want to put it on here like this and loop it around. That's the easiest way. And then you'll see I have the minus connector here from Zev. The easiest way to do that is I always just press on the back side right here. There's a little opening where it goes through. Just a little bit. And then pry it up here. Now I'm just going to go complete reassemble. Like I said, I'm going backwards. I'm uninstalling this kit instead of installing it. So there's the stock minus connector, or the trigger connector. So I'm going to snap this in, the spring. I'm going to go in with it right here, and then flip it around. Trying to get this spring on my trigger. So I got that in now. So now I'm just going to put it in here, slightly pull it out, and there. So now that's in. And then from there, drop it right back in as it came out. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the back pin here. So that's in. Next thing I'm going to do is put it in the block. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the block pin. Nope, I'm sorry. I forgot about. I'm sorry. Okay. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the slide stop release in. And it's the same way. You just slightly wiggle it around to get that to go all the way in. No. Damn. I was doing it right. Sorry. I'm trying to hurry and I keep looking at the clock. Alright, so then you want to put the block pin in, okay? Then you want to take your slide stop, put it on. I'm not even going to edit that out. I'm a human, right? I make mistakes. And then get this started. Same thing, just slightly wiggle. Wiggle too much. But get this in. It goes right there. Put that in. You'll hear it slightly click. There. Good to go. Now, reassemble the Alright, now do my test weight. Again, you make sure you reset it. So with pulsing out my internals, I already had a 4-pound trigger. Okay. But now with all the factory parts back in it, I have a 4-pound trigger. And good to go. Hope that helped, guys. As always, have a blessed day. Carry on.